Hello everyone, welcome back to our Selenium series. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into web element methods that are commonly used interact with web elements in automation tests. So we will also look at simple examples for each method. So let's start. Click on new, click on class. So I'm creating web element method class. So click on finish. See, these are all the web element methods. Click, send keys, getAttribute, getText is displayed, is enabled, is selected. So we'll be looking one by one with an example. First, click action. So first, before interacting with any element on a page, we need to locate it, right? So let's find Google search input field using findElement method. So hover on this input text field. So I'll be using attribute name. So we will store it into one variable. The return type will be web element. So I will import this case. Now we will perform click action. Let's run this application. Okay, whether we are able to find this element or not. Yes, it is getting identified. So next we will see click action. So this click method is used to simulate a mouse click on the elements like buttons or links. Okay, since Google search input box can't be clicked for a search, let's try for clicking the Google search button for entering some text. Search button. Here I am trying to figure it out this button. Okay, so for the button BTNK. Replace this one. Now we need to perform click action, right? Whether the click action is performed or not, right click and run as. Okay, So nothing we have entered inside the text box. So that is the reason why we are not getting any results. So the click action is performed. Next. Next is sendKeys method. In the search box, I will try to enter some text inside the search box. Okay. By using sendKeys method, let's implement this. By dot see for the name attribute q is the value, so that's why I have written q, and I will store it into one web element. Now I will use sendKeys method. Dot sendKeys. So inside this I will pass Selenium WebDriver. So the code will type Selenium WebDriver into the search box. So let us run. See the Selenium WebDriver text entered in the search input field. Next. So next is clear method. Search box dot clear. So basically this clear method is to clear some text. That means if we want to clear the input field before entering a new search item, then you can use this clear method. See, let me implement this one. Here we have written Selenium WebDriver, right? So if you want to clear this one, we will be using clear method. Let me run. It is load application loading. Selenium WebDriver will be entered the text and it got cleared automatically. So by using this clear method, we can able to clear the text in the search box. Next, getText method. First result here I will use by using XPath. Here I will change. Now text method help us to extract the visible text from any web element. Suppose if I want to find text India, okay, over on this, click on this, so copy this later XPath. So this is the getText method. So if we want to find the text, now I will store it into one variable. So the return type of getText will be string. So I'm storing it into so the data type is string, and I will store into one variable. So I will log this one. Application running, and now let's get back to the console now. See, India got printed, and we will be storing into one variable, but here the return type will be string. Basically, we are trying to retrieve the value, okay, of an attribute. So now let me print this one. Now if I execute this one, in the console we can see the value of an attribute. See, the autocomplete value is off. Here it is off. So in this way we can able to retrieve the value of an attribute. So next is displayed method. So basically this will check if an element is visible on a page or not. So we'll be using is displayed method. Search box dot is displayed. So the return type will be the boolean. If the search box is displayed means it will return true, or else it will return false. See, let me run. So now let's go back. Yes, it returned true. That means the search box is visible to the user. So basically this is used on the validations. Next is enabled. So is enabled method checks if an element is enabled and interactable. Suppose here search box is there, right? In sometimes we can see that some input fields are disabled state, so that user cannot enter any text inside this search box. So in that case we can check whether we can enter any values in the search box or not. Suppose if this search box is in disabled state, we cannot enter the text. So to identify whether we can able to enter any value inside the text box or not, there is one method called isEnabled. So this method will check if the element is enabled and interactable. So let us verify for this search box is enabled for an input or not. Search box dot is enabled. So the return type also boolean. Sys out. So inside this, so this will check whether it is in disabled state or else normal state. I'm running. Now let's see in the console whether we are getting or not. Whether the search box is ready for the user input or not. Yes, is search box enabled to true, so we can able to enter any text in the search box. So it is not in the disabled state. Next, so is selected is also the same way. So is selected method is more useful for checkbox or radio buttons. We are having so many checkboxes. So if you want to find which checkbox is checked or unchecked, so in these cases, this is selected method is useful. So as for now, I will write the code. Suppose if you see any button, see these are the checkboxes, right? So if it is checked or unchecked, we can able to use one method called is selected. If that particular checkbox is selected, it will return true. If this checkbox is not selected, then it will return false. So in the first line, I am able to identify by using the name locator, and I am passing the value, and I am storing into one lucky button. So is selected method I am using here. So the return type will be the boolean. Okay, so and I am printing